Hey folks, Dan from the Six here, coming to you from the 2025 Florida RV Super Show in Tampa. We are looking at the Tab 360 CS, which means clamshell, which means you're getting this kitchen at the back instead of your kitchen inside. And this is a really cool trailer. I think you're sort of looking at luxury while still having that teardrop outdoor camping style. This kitchen is a really nice setup. As you can see, I can walk easily right underneath here, so I'm gonna have plenty of protection from the rain if I'm using this kitchen. Gotta love that. It's gonna be easy to fit one of those tent screens over if you're in a buggy situation. And this is gonna feel like tent camping, but when you get inside, it's anything but tent camping. It is luxury accommodations inside of there, but you still get your outdoor kitchen. So let's take a look at the kitchen. We'll go inside and see the inside, then we'll look at the rest of the outside. We'll talk pros and cons as we always do. Let's get started. We're gonna start on the left side of the kitchen. Apologize, there's a lot of golf carts and lawn maintenance going on right now, so it might be a little noisy. And you can see across the top, we've got all of these nifty shelves. So when you get to camp, you can take out all of your accoutrements and put them up there. And you know, gonna be very convenient when you're using the kitchen. Hooks for cups or for keys or for whatever you want. It's really nice. Good size sink. And the faucet does spin. Oh no, actually it's a fixed faucet. Interesting. So we have a 2-burner Suburban stove. It's the same one that I have in my trailer. Gets the job done just fine.
Here's a quick look at the cabinets from the nuCamp website, since I forgot to open them up during the walkthrough.
There's plenty of counter space too. You've got this space here beside the stove, and then this large area above the fridge here. You're getting a pull-out fridge. I don't know what the cubic feet of this one is. It's not the biggest one that I've seen of this style, but it's going to get the job done. And we'll just open it up and take a look. So we do have 2 compartments, so I'm guessing that the big one is the fridge and the small one is the freezer. And usually with these fridges, you can flip that around too if you want to, which is kind of neat. I don't know for sure that that is the case with this one. Oh, okay, I don't have 2 hands, so I can't push that back. But what you can see, you've got a beautiful kitchen back here. You're going to be able to cook and enjoy the outdoors, which is, after all, why we get camping in the first place. Now let's head inside and take a look in there. All right, heading inside the nuCamp Tab 360 CS Boondock Black Canyon Edition. And you can see with the Boondock package, you are getting this nifty grab handle. We do get a step down there as well. It does have lighting, as you can see. And when we start with our nuCamp doors, always love the molded feature of the door. It kind of looks like an airplane door. So you've got some spots to put some magazines or what have you up top. And then you have this little garbage can here, which we're always looking for a place to put ours. And boy, it'd sure be handy to have it mounted on the door. Maybe that's something I should try to do. And there's a spot for the fire extinguisher here. It looks like the show has taken it away from the trailer. We do have this awesome pull across screen, so keep the bugs out, and it's out of the way when you're not using it. Love this feature. Wish I had it on my trailer. Now heading in, and before we even talk about anything in the interior, I want to point out the 2 skylights. So here at the front, you've got a skylight, so you're going to get beautiful views from this window. It is an awning style window too, so you can pop that open, and it will have a blackout shade and a screen. So, and then on the other side at the back, and this one is right over top of your bed, you've got another skylight. And so if you're claustrophobic, my wife gets claustrophobic in small campers, and our camper also has a ton of glass, and but this is taking it to the next level. You're going to be able to stargaze. It's awesome. All right, now I think this is one of the neatest laid out trailers that there is. So I'm just going to back out a little bit and just give you the lay of the land. So on the right, just as we come in, we've got our fridge. Now this is where the kitchen would be if it wasn't out back, but you do have space to put a hot plate or an induction cooktop or what have you. So you could still do some cooking inside even though you don't have the kitchen in here for those really horrible weather days. Right across from the door, we have the bathroom. And then at the back, we have our dinette and sleeping area. And I figure that this is probably the most ideal trailer for a single traveler because you have a proper, really comfortable looking dinette and a full-size bed, twin bed to sleep on, and you can have both set up at the same time. And of course, this is going to go down and create another twin bed, so you do have 2 twin beds as well. Now for my wife and I, we like to sleep together and snuggle, so I don't know that it would be ideal for us snugglers, but I know a lot of folks that I talk to really prefer this twin bed setup, and that's what you're getting here. So I'm just going to step inside and then spin around, and we're going to look at the front of the trailer first. So as I said, you have this little kitchen area, so we do have some hooks and hang your keys and so on. Of course, that big window, which is going to give you a fantastic view of wherever you're camping. Very spacious amount of countertop here, although sometimes that can be a double-edged sword. You end up piling stuff up on it instead of keeping it neat. We have a 12-volt, 2 USB-As, and 2 120-volt outlets here, so plenty of power. So imagine, you know, your coffee maker, your toaster. You could do it here. You could do it at the back as well. Let's take a look inside of this fridge. So for such a small trailer, this is a really large fridge. It is narrow, but still, you've got 2 vegetable drawers at the bottom, and then you've got 3 shelves, 2 shelves on the door, and these are shelves that are going to fit fairly large bottles. So it's a really well-designed fridge. And then we have one nice big freezer compartment, so easily fit more than a week's worth of food if you're judicious about what you're buying. And we do have storage above here as well. And again, with nuCamp, you're always getting really high quality hardware. And now it does taper off because of the shape of the trailer, but still plenty of space in here. This is going to be great for towels, for clothing, you name it. Oh, and what do you know? I just noticed you've got 3 more hooks. And notice just the nice touches. So we've got this LED lighting just to give you some ambient lighting. So you don't have to light things up really bright if you just want a little bit of light while you're maybe watching TV or what have you. All right, spinning around to beside the kitchen, and we have our wet bath. And it's a decent size. Let's do the size test and check it out. Now, I'm exactly 6 feet tall. We'll take the hat off. And folks, I can just stand up. My head is touching the light, but nonetheless, I could do a standing shower in here. And with the shower head on this side, that's helpful too, because I need to be right up against here. So this is an example of really maximizing a small amount of space. I'm just going to turn this way and see if I'm right up against the wall here. All right, it's a little bit tight, but it's definitely doable, and I could do a standing shower, or I could sit on the toilet and take a shower. And speaking of sitting on the toilet, we'll just give that a quick test as well. I'm not putting any weight on it. I don't want to damage it. There's a little bit of elbow room, not a huge amount, but it's definitely more than adequate. And for those late night bathroom situations, it's going to be awesome. I'm giving this bathroom the thumbs up for sure. All right, before we move to the dinette and bedroom area of the trailer, I just want to point out, as I said, you've got both screen and blackout shade, and you can have any combination of the two on these skylights. So I think that's a really neat feature. And they're very easy to work with too. They slide very smoothly. I like too that they're outside of the window, so if you did have any problems, they're going to be easy to fix. You can see the tracks are just right here.
There's plenty of storage under this counter. Sorry I forgot to open them up during the walkthrough.
All right, let's spin around and we'll take a look at the bedroom area. So we'll start with the TV and the entertainment unit. And what you're going to see here right off the bat is there's just storage in every nook and cranny. So nice little drawer there. And another nice little drawer here, very deep. So plenty of space. They've just used every little nook to give you as much storage as is humanly possible in this trailer. And then underneath the TV, right there, you've got another one, so plenty of space. And we have a nice little TV, and it's perfectly situated for sitting on the back seat of the dinette. And I believe it is going to pivot as well. Yeah, it's got a pivot, so you could kind of point it so that it's ideal for both people in the dinette. I'll just spin around and show you where the dinette is. So essentially the TV would be sitting right where the camera is when it's out. We have a large single bed here and can also function as a couch. And I don't even have to lie down on this one, guys. This thing is long. I'll put the measurements up, but it's well over 6 feet. So, you know, even big guys are going to be able to sleep on this, which is awesome. And now coming back up above the TV, we have our microwave. And we'll just take a look at that. Conventional microwave. Nice feature, small, it doesn't take up a huge amount of space. Then we have our overhead storage, which is just like aircraft bins. Now these ones are perfectly square, so they are curved at the front, but honestly, like, this is very deep, huge amount of space. So this camper, it's not just the cool bed setup, it's also got a lot of storage. Now we have this bin right here beside it, up top, and then we have more overhead storage at the back. There you go. These ones aren't quite as deep, but still, boy, we'll take all the storage that we can get. So we do have some reading lights back here as well. And there is even these little nooks down here. Hopefully, I don't know if there's enough light for you guys to see those, but you know, a little bit of space to put some smaller items. And you have also this shelf here where you could put your phone or your books and all that kind of stuff. Another shelf right here, another one of the overhead cabinets, and another one of those. Now we do have a nightstand because of the twin bed setup. They can put a nightstand here. You have USBs, and you actually have ducted heating in this trailer, so you've actually got a heat duct here as well. So you can put your, you'll put your phones here so that they can charge. So we do have the convertible dinette, and I'm just going to try to get far away from it so that you guys can see it. Apologize that my bag is there, but it's a really good sized dinette, and I'm just going to have a seat here. And of course, it's going to convert into exactly the same bed that you see on the other side. And yeah, I mean, this feels like sitting at the kitchen table at home. So I think they've done a really good job of maximizing the space in this trailer. And yeah, this is fantastic. I really, really like the layout of this. I just wish that they had the option to convert to a queen bed or something like that, because for us, this would be ideal. But for a single person or for a couple who prefer the twin beds, boy, this is probably one of the best layouts that I've seen in a long time. Now we do have more overhead storage. So we've got 2 bins on this side, a smaller one and a bigger one, and then another one of these overhead cabinets. So I think realistically with the overhead storage in this trailer, you've got enough to fit 2 people's clothing, no problem. And there is also a funky little storage cabinet here. And again, talking about using every little bit of space. And you could put spices in here, you could put all kinds of different things in here. But very, very, very cool. All right, now we do have more USBs here. We have more plugs. Okay, we've got some light switches, control for the Aldi hot water heater and furnace, and this is your ducted heat. And then we have our control panel where we can check our tanks and our battery and so forth. Actually, maybe just tanks on this one. I don't see a battery test check on there. Let's head outside and take a look at the features out there. Here we are on the outside of the Tab 360 CS. And I've already shown you the kitchen, so we're not going to go through that again, but I'm just going to show you some of the features out here. Taking my sweater off, we're finally maybe going to get some Florida weather here in Florida this year. So on the camp side, there's not a huge amount to show you. You do have another big awning style window with those nifty blackout shades and screens on it. Big off-road tire. This is the Boondock Black Canyon package, so you're getting a pitched axle, a little bit more ground clearance in these big off-road tires. As with most trailers, we are getting some 120 volt outlets, which is always nice. And just point out the way the door holds here. I like this setup because you don't have to fiddle with it. You just close the door and it just pops in like that. Now we do have stabilizers at both the front and the rear. So I'll give you the front ones there, and then we'll just slide over and take a look at the ones on the back as well. Now we also have an enclosed underbelly on this trailer with heated tanks. So I don't think it's a 4-season camper, but it's a very extended 3-season camper for sure. And I'll give you a look at that as well. Coming to the front, we have nuCamp's really cool diamond plate storage device. Now, it is a double-edged sword because it is going to add to your tongue weight, and if tongue weight is an issue, if you're towing with a smaller vehicle, you might not be able to load this up as much as you want, but it's still a really cool design. And obviously if you have a truck or something. So on this side, it's all storage, tons and tons of room to put all of your outdoor gear. So I just love that setup. And if we spin over here, this is where your propane tank would go. So room for a single 20-pound propane tank. And the neat trick that they've done with this box is they've put this little door here, and that will allow you, when you're going to get on a ferry or anywhere where you have to turn off the propane, to get at it. But as you can see, this is a lockable compartment. So you've got a lock here on the handle. So that little door is what enables them to be able to make this a locking compartment and still have the propane in there. So neat feature for sure. Of course, this being a nuCamp tab, we have the grab handles. So if you just want to reposition the trailer by hand in the campsite, they're really making that easy for you. Something that I wish all teardrops had. It's a really neat feature. All right, spinning around to the utility side, you can see another stabilizer. We do have a compartment here, and let's take a look. This is our cassette toilet, so I'm guessing that it's going to be 5 gallons. I'll put it up on the screen. Keep in mind this unit is a prototype though, so some of the things that I'm showing you may change, although I think this one looks pretty fully baked, so I feel like it's pretty close to what it's going to be. We do have a dump station here. Nice location, right up towards the edge of the trailer. Fairly easy to get at. They're in there a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, we have the nice little portal window that's in the bathroom, and it has a screen built into it as well. Nice graphics, mountain graphics on this unit. We have the correct style 30 amp connector, so it's not one that pulls out from the trailer. The cord is a separate piece. It means that mice and bugs can't get in there. And this is going to be where our water station is. And as you can see, we've got our tank heater switches here, and we also have a light. We have a solar port as well, our cable. So basically all of our connections are here, city water, and you have your shower. And they give you very simple graphics for you to tell which way these little levers need to be, depending on whether you're winterizing or camping or what have you. So really nice setup, everything in one place. So that is a neat design. Here's your inlet and outlet for your Aldi furnace. And then of course at the back, we just have the cover for the kitchen.
It's time for pros and cons, and let's start with the pros. The first pro has to be the large outside kitchen. If we camp to connect with nature, what better way to do it than to be outside during meal times? My second pro is that you get a proper electrical package as standard equipment, and that a huge upgrade is optional. Standard is 190 watts of solar with a 100 amp hour lithium battery. The Boondock Black Canyon package adds another 190 watt solar panel onto the roof. And optionally, you can spec 270 amp hours of heated lithium Battleborn batteries with a 3000 watt inverter right from the factory. This trailer has two 12-volt fridges on board, so I love that this amount of solar and lithium is offered. My final pro is the dinette and sleeping area. I'm not just talking about the fact that it has twin beds. Our trailer and plenty of others have a similar setup. But these are wider and longer than what you typically see in small trailers, and the dinette is also more solid and comfortable than what you typically get. It's a very well thought out design. However, the bed setup also brings me to the first con, which is that it can't convert to a double or queen. I really like the overall design of this trailer, so I really wish nuCamp had an option in the 360 CS for folks like Lila and I who like to snuggle. My second con is that there's no optional indoor kitchen. I figure the CS has the same space as in the regular 360. Wouldn't it be neat to have two full kitchens in an 18-foot trailer? My final con is weight. As a relatively small 18-foot teardrop, I was hoping for a GVWR of 3,500 pounds or less, but nuCamp lists the dry weight as 3,100 pounds and the gross axle rating at 3,900 pounds. They don't list a tongue weight yet, but hopefully the rear kitchen helps to keep the tongue weight reasonable. Regardless, it's too heavy for my 3,500 pound tow capacity vehicle. Even with these cons, my overall take on this trailer is that it's a brilliant addition to the Tab 360 lineup. For a single traveler or a couple who wants the outdoor kitchen of a traditional teardrop and the luxury of a proper travel trailer, it's hard to imagine a better layout. The bed and dinette setup makes for an extremely comfy camper with plenty of storage, plus you get an indoor bathroom and a spacious outdoor kitchen. What do you think? Is this the best designed interior setup in a small teardrop? Let me know in the comments.
If you enjoyed this video about the Tab 360 CS prototype, please give us a like and consider subscribing, and I'll link the video of the regular 360 with the indoor kitchen right here. Thanks for watching, take care, see you next time.